Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10 or the same with the Grizzly Gentlemen. They're both fantastic deals and they help support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theric 6 back for more Magic the Gathering Arena. And today, I am the law. So this is Death and Taxes. Next up is good old-fashioned Azorius. The idea is the same as the mono white version. We're playing a lot of creatures in order to disrupt what our opponents are trying to do. With white, we get access to some really fantastic cards here. Namely, we have Meddling Mage to just stop our opponent from playing some things. Linvala is a very nice additional means of protection. We have some cool blink effects in this as well, and we have a sideboard. I don't love it, but we have a sideboard. Let's hop on in. Do some games. Now, I did try to build the sideboard with the metagame in mind, but there's only so much I can do. Wizards needs to give me more sideboard. Calgary MTG Planeswalker. Calgary MTG. Why is that? Why is that familiar? Calgary MTG. Shoot, not looking for stores. God damn it. That's a keep. Going second, not the best, but we can get a Thalia down on the second on the turn. We have an Emiel the Blessed in here. Previously this was a Thassa, but Emiel allows us to determine when we want to use our blink effects, and what's very nice is that this plays very nicely with something like Skyclave Apparition. You're playing the bad version of Grixis, of Azorius, aren't you? Oh, I gotta turn down all of my sounds. I've upped everything too high for me. All right. That line of separation is just fantastic. You get to exile something, and then while that triggers on the stack, you can flicker your Skyclave Apparition with Emiel, which means that they're not going to get the token because of how those things are worded. Now here. Attack. And trying to decide which of these I want to deploy. I think I'll deploy the Archon, because that means that if they want to play land and board wipe me, they're playing Esper. I did not realize. But yeah, if they want to play land, it has to be a basic here. 2 board wipe. They also need another... oh wait, never mind, I'm stupid. I have Thalia out. They can't turn 4 board wipe me anyway. Fatal Push. That sucks, but it is 2 mana for them. They also missed their land drop, which is just great to see. Here, I mean, we definitely attack in, obviously. Let's see. Kinjalli Sunwing does very little in this matchup, which is why I've relegated it to 2 in this version. We just have so many other things. I think we do bring out Linvala. It's the most mana efficient thing to do. And this way, if they do end up magically board wiping us, it'll technically only be a 1-for-1, because I can just sack my Linvala to make it so this stays around. And that's why Linvala is just so great here. I mean, yeah, take one of my cards. I do not care. It's possibly Deputy of Detention. But yeah, and they're so behind here. They took the second Archon. Interesting. This card's actually quite nice in certain circumstances. And the thing is, right, with Linvala here, I can essentially just play onto my board. Do I like Emiel here? I definitely don't like the land. I mean, if nothing else, right, this is just flickering Charming Prince to get more scry value. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's not the best, but the fact that I have Linvala... Right. It's fine. The fact that I have Linvala protecting me is great. I get to just have stuff on board. I gotta give him the spin wheel. I'm sorry. Oh, that's unfortunate for you. And the thing is, like, even if they had a board wipe, right? I get to just protect these two anyway. So I'd still be able to put them down to 3. It'll push on there. That's fine. Like, I'm not gonna sack Linvala for 1 card. Like, get that ish out of my face. Yeah, I'll just attack first. Put them to 2. They technically should be on 4 here. And that, it very well could matter. Like, I don't really care about a single target removal on Emiel. Wrath of God, yep. I'd like to use my creatures indestructible, please. So, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. And that's how you death and taxes it up, baby. Alright, so this is Control. Arena? Arena? Okay, that was strange. Anyway, I do not need the Kinjalli Sunwings here. I want an additional Militia Bugler. Bugler is... I'm trying to get a little bit extra card advantage. Let's see. What did we see from our opponent? We saw Thoughtseizes. Yeah, I don't care too much. Let's see. I like the Azor. I like the Elite Guardmage. I think that's it. So if we're going to get rid of 1 more card, what's the card we want to get rid of? All of these are good. Maybe don't grab the Militia Bugler. Yeah, Bugler might not be for control, it might just be for mid-range. Excuse me? I am pressing done. You might not be able to see it here. I'll show you. I am pressing done. Wizards. All right. I mean, what's happening? I should have just like restarted the client, I guess. But I feel like 5 seconds. I don't have enough time. We're just gonna sit here. It's fine, even if I don't get a chance to actually sideboard. I'm just gonna keep clicking this. Maybe it'll matter. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and nope, screw it. Technically that's the wrong one. We're gonna go ahead and close Arena real quick. And open Arena back up. Retrieving Asset Manifest. Oh, I should pause. Okay, so we're in the game. That was the sound of being, like, already in the game. What happened? Like, legit, what just happened? I can't see my thing right now, because the game freaked the hell out. I have a Selfless Savior to protect my Thalia, because Thalia is very important in this matchup. We have Irrigated Farmland in order to get rid of things. My turn. That's fine. They can kill this, but they can't, come on. They can kill this, but they can't Wrath. This is awful. What happened? Come on, game. Seriously? I'm just cycling this now. Well, that's too little too late. Because this is the Wrath turn. They did not Wrath. That is a surprise. This just gets countered, I guess? But then I get Wrathed? What? Why did they play that on tap then? We have to play into a Shark Typhoon. Settle the Wreckage. It's unfortunate, but I guess we get to take some cards out of our library. Is it worth it to play this? No.
Sorry, let's skip to the good part.
I'm very angry. I don't know what happened. And like the thing is, now, all of a sudden, everything's fine. This probably gets countered. No, it doesn't. Cool. It's literally just as well to play that.
Keep up the pace.
Man, I'm unbelievably annoyed right now.
Not going to win this.
Okay, so this is just board wipe city.
No time for a break.
Sorry, like I had like a flow going. They do know that that didn't matter, right? Well, obviously they didn't. It's a Bugler. Do we get counterspelled? We don't. Cool. Very unfortunate land draws here.
You know what?
No, I mean that's about it. We drew a lot of land when we did not like. 2 of this is from Settle, right? So that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Still 8 mana in a deck where we need 4.
I'll have a better plan next time.
They can't have nothing in hand. They have 6 cards. 5 cards. You can't have nothing. Okay. So the reason I did that is to protect against the Settle the Wreckage. I would have only put them to 1 anyway. Although I guess... no, because I have Selfless Savior now. Did they really just draw nothing but lands? I mean, look, if that's the case, I'll take the win. But I'm still not going to be happy about it. Like, winning under a circumstance where, like, you know, you had this nice cadence going, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the game just says, "Heck you, dude." It's not great. It's not great. Also, apologies for not pausing sooner. I forget the tools that I have. Also, after I got this haircut, my girlfriend says, I'm peaky fucking blinders. Peaky fucking blinders. Damn, did my opponent, like, also get as flooded out as I did? I mean, if not more. Oh, right, I was gonna see, like, what my opponent, played, but I can't, because my deck tracker had an aneurysm. Look, Jace, Puppet Jace, we're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna play. No, there we go. Puppet Jace. Have I forgotten how to use Puppet Jace? Don't I just, like, drag him around? No? Okay, I'm not supposed to click on him. Okay, there we go. Woo, Puppet Jace. Isn't he sad and adorable? I guess we win this game. Unless maybe my opponent disconnected like I did. Maybe I'm disconnected? He, she, me, we, Wumbo. Wumbology? The study of Wumbo? Wumboing. The roof... Excuse me. Excuse me, I have to restart. The floor creaks. The roof leaks. There's a terrible draft. Please, let me finish. The winters are harsh. The summers are brutal. There's a man-eating clam in the backyard. I pulled a little bit of Nicolas Cage there. Move it over there. Nicolas Cage. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just waiting. Yay, I win. Wait, was this the first match? Arena. What is happening? Are you okay, buddy? Is the bad man gone now? Was that... Really? Is it? No, yeah. Alright, well, hopefully, the game doesn't freak out again. Navy guy, 5 numbers. You ain't cool. I mean, neither am I, but, try to be. I try to be some dude with a beard on the internet. We got a turn 2, turn 3. Yeah, that's good. One more land in our opener than we'd want. Ooh, Gobbos. So, the Lavinia here is really good at stopping goblins from casting Muxus before they're allowed to, essentially. Alright, I essentially have to play Meddling Mage here on Muxus, right? Yeah, I have to, well, I could, no, Kinjalli Sunwing doesn't help me because it doesn't actually stop Muxus from happening. I have to just name Muxus here. Yeah, the play is this. Muxus. Followed by Linvala. To protect this. Got one chieftain. Okay, that's unfortunate. Ouch. Is it still Linvala? I mean, Linvala blocks decently. Sure. Thalia blocks decently as well, but I don't think she's as good in this position. Next turn... Probably Kinjalli Sunwing, maybe? I'm not sure. Alright, well, we block... Stop it. Block the Chieftain. Can we take 6? Because they have Castle Ardenvale. And Rala would die. Or... do we instead block, like... that? We would... we'd have to, like, preemptively... because I want the Chieftain dead. I'm gonna block like this and see if they use Emberth. They do. This way I take less damage. And I still get to kill the Chieftain. In the other scenario, where I just block the Chieftain with Linvala, I take 6. And the Chieftain... I mean, the Chieftain dies. Like, we just take less damage here. And we have essentially the same board position. So I can Thalia Farmland. Archon of Emeria. Kinjalli Sunwing. I think I want to Sunwing here. Which means I should have played the Farmland. Yeah, I should have played the Farmland last turn. We're going to keep the Meddling Mage to block potentially, because we are at 10. But yeah, I should have played this here, so that the following turn I can play both of these. This first, then this, obviously, because this will shut me off. Wily Goblin, sure. I guess maybe I could have played that. Luckily those came untapped. Ooh, Skyclave Apparition is quite nice. It's unfortunate that I played poorly last. But I can go ahead and take this away from them. They have 1 card left, and a bunch of pretty shooty goblins. Tower is fine, I do not care about it. My assumption is that this is a Muxus. So, like, essentially at all costs, I need to keep my Meddling Mage alive. Yep, this is fine. We'll block here. I don't really want to give them a 3-3. I'd rather just take the extra 1 damage. Or extra 2 damage, I guess, but... Alseid is quite nice. Archon... I don't think Archon matters. I think I would rather Bugler Alseid. Ooh, baby, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like, Deputy of Detention could get rid of 2 Wily Goblins. I do not care about that at all. Now I have, now I have more protection from a Meddling Mage. We don't attack here yet, because we have 2 very solid blockers for this. Control. We are a control deck. Believe you me. Hey, look, it's a Goblin Matron. So I do wonder what they're going to grab here. Krenko. Okay. They can cast Krenko. It does come in tapped. But I would like to get another Skyclave. I don't have Linvala in my sideboard, and I probably should. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, we're gonna Guardmage, I guess. I mean, what's nice is that these are gonna come in tapped. Oh, wait, what? They never had a Muxus. They just had a land at hand. It's garbage. And the Linvala. I will just play this. I'm gonna be able to play multiple things next turn. All of those are gonna come in tapped, which is nice, so it does slow them down somewhat. I do need to start killing my opponent. I'm probably never blocking with this. So I have blocks. Yeah, I mean, I still think I have to attack with at least 3. We have to chunk them by a little bit here. I'm back up to 9, which is nice, but... Oh, that's also fantastic. But the fact that all of these are going to come in tapped means that cards are useless. For now, of course. My turn. Emiel. 4. So I can play Emiel Thalia. I mean, I know what they're drawing, and the majority of these decks, I believe, don't play Cycle Goblin anymore, Jump Home Incinerator. So I think what I'm going to do here is play Emiel and Thalia. We have Alseid to gain 1 life for what it's worth, but we can start just blinking our Guardmage twice a turn, which would just give us immense card advantage. We don't want to attack. Maybe we do. Like, I'm fine killing a Goblin Matron with Militia Bugler. Like, if they want to double block the Militia Bugler, I'm fine with that. And if they want to get rid of their Snoop to get rid of it, I'm fine with that as well. We attack in the air, we attack in the air. So I just have to make sure, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. I can block 1, 2, 3. I can block with this if I have to. 4, 5. I can block with this if I have to. 6. I'm at 9. I don't think this attack puts me in danger. I need to get them to a point where I can kill them. And if they want to block... Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, God. They do play the Incinerator. Luckily, you can't activate that. The one turn I put my shields down. Yeah, this is very good. Oh, they cast it. Okay, that's fine. Very good for me. And they decide to do that. Let's see. This just gains me 3 life and draws me a card. My opponent's 8. They have enough creatures on the ground that I don't think I'm able to actually... Is there anything here? Oh, I could get a Deputy of Detention. I put 1 on the bottom, didn't I? I think so, something like that. One of them's gone regardless. But a Deputy of Detention here would be pretty neat. So they have more attackers next turn. I think I'm going to try and just put them on a 2-turn clock in the air, right? Like, I put them down to 4. This comes back in. Look, I don't feel like doing the math on the Guardmage. We'll do this. We get to gain 3 more life. It has pseudo vigilance. Come on, give me that Deputy of Detention. Nope. We're going to decline. Now the question is, do we want 3 more life? Or do I want another blocker? Another blocker. Like, I have blockers for all of the things that are going to do 3 or more. So actually, I think what I might want here is Archon of Emeria, so they can't potentially get a Lord. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is correct. Like, there's definitely another argument to just play Linvala here. So yeah, so now if they play this Snoop, and there's a Lord under it, I don't have to worry about it. Okay. It didn't matter. But yeah, I do think technically that line was correct. 13 times 2 is 26, so yeah, I'm not sure I can actually win. I just have to block the most stuff here. That's an easy block. That's an easy block. This is not an easy block, but I can still make it. Yeah, I think I am going to lose, unfortunately. Because yeah, this is just 26 excess damage, and having this one additional wouldn't have mattered. Possibly I should have gone in more. Because yeah, that's 20 damage right there, and I'm only gaining a little bit. Yeah. Curses. Luckily, we do have some sideboard options, including an additional Deputy of Detention. But we got Inspiring Clerics, we got another Sunwing, Deputy, another Guardmage, Grafter's Cage. Like, we have some decent stuff here. Okay, we definitely like the Clerics, we like the Sunwing, we like the Detention, we like the Guardmage, we like the Cages. Although our opponent didn't, like, play Muxus that game. Drannith Magistrate, maybe? Does stop Conspicuous Snoop. Okay, if I want to get rid of something here, what do I have to get rid of 9 cards. Yeah, that's not easy. I guess we don't take the Magistrates. Still like Lavinia. Still like Meddling Mage. Just because they didn't play Muxus doesn't mean they don't have it. Yeah, we've not seen even half our opponent's deck. There's a ladybug on my monitor right now, and it's distracting me. Maybe we get rid of a Thalia. The first strike is nice, but like she doesn't actually hurt our opponent's deck like at all. Because it doesn't seem like it's the artifact version. Burchett's version. Ladybug, get off my monitor, please. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I knocked it all the way over and it freaked out. Oof, man, I just don't know. Yeah, I get it, alright? Yikes. Yikers. I like Savior more in this situation. Yeet. I did not have a lot of time left on that. Okay, let's see if we can take this game from our opponent. Alright. I would have liked something on turn 2, but it's fine. We got turn 3, or turn 3, depending on what they play here, but I highly doubt, yeah. Do I want to just take this? No. No. Right, I have Cage out, so I don't have to worry about Muxus. I need to keep that in mind. I want to be using these on... where's a hard? Cycle out of my Archon. That's fine. I'm okay with that target being hit. I don't love it, don't get me wrong. I almost played this on accident, and I would have been upset. So next time we can play 2 things. A removal spell. Snoop. Okay, that's fine. I can do this instead. Let's see. I think I'm just going to Skyclave the Snoop. And don't play this. She's not as important because of Cage. Like, she also helps stop the Phyrexian Tower sacrifice into Muxus. And don't get me wrong, like, Muxus is still a fine play, right? The fact that it's just a 4/4 that can attack and be large is very good. What do they grab here? Another Snoop, alright. Play the Snoop. That's fine. I will play this Cleric. And I will attack you in the face again. I'm just going to try and bludgeon them to death off the dome. Another Matron. I assume this is going to be for a Krenko, maybe? No, okay. Who are you going to kill? Kedgebs, please get out from under there. Thank you. Go away. Thank you. They kill my Lavinia. Interesting. Warning, they do have Krenko. I would love for you to sack your board right now, dude. Oh, right, they have that. That's is not great. Luckily, I have this. Just go away, all of you. Now, if my opponent's smart, they will upkeep, activate Snoop. But I'm saving my... Oh my god, they are smart. My opponent's played goblins before. So the plan is to Skyclave the actual Krenko. But I think that, unfortunately, we're just going to lose the game. I guess we can get another deputy. Oh, right, this should not be on sideboard anymore. My bad. I took out Emiel. Why? Why did I take out Emiel? Alright, so at this point I can't attack. No, at this point I can't attack. I need to make sure I have... I mean, I'm happy they're just getting these garbage. Muxus, yeah. Maybe I want some sort of board wipe. This is not a good attack for them. They really shouldn't attack. This Muxus is still frightening, as I said. It still attacks and gets very large. Thalia's fine. Thalia allows me to have an additional blocker, plus have this additional blocker. But I'm drawing this, which is good for me. That's awful. Oh wait, never mind. They can't cast it because I mean, they're gonna cast it like next turn, which is awful. You're attacking with just Muxus. That's fine. I will chump block with Ardenvale. What do I need here? This isn't great. No, I think I lose, unfortunately. Yeah, this deck has a hard time with inevitability, and the Goblin's deck is nothing if not inevitable. It is the Thanos of Arena right now. Muxus is just snapping his gobbly hand. Gobbly? Goblin-y. So yeah, this loses me the game right here. Yikes. I'm still gonna throw blockers at places, but fairly certain that I am dead. First strike. 3, 2. Gotta get a chumper in there somewhere, so I'll chump there. We'll go ahead and, I mean, I'm absolutely dead, but, you know, why not? I'm taking 6 times 3, so. Or, sorry, I'm taking 8 times 3, so I'm taking. Oh, wait, that's only 24, isn't it? No. Two, 4, 6, 12. Did I do my math wrong? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus 4 is only 12, dumbass. I did my math wrong. I mean, I was dead on the counterattack. If I had attacked once more, oh, that makes me sad. If I'd attacked one more time with my Elite Guardmage, I could have won that game. I gotta look back at the tapes. I have to see if there's an opportunity for me to attack. I think it's possible I was just being a coward. I wasn't thinking my chess moves far enough ahead. Interesting. So as usual, like I've said it before, I think the blue-white version is one of, if not the best versions of Death and Taxes for Historic. We just get access to so many great cards. As you saw there, having Meddling Mage to just name whatever, especially considering the fact that, like, Historic is so, let's say, stagnant. You can have a very good guess of what your opponent is on by turn 2, right? You can see, like, their first land play, and you could likely guess what they're doing. And by their second land play, you're, I don't know, what, 80%? And by their third, you're almost 1,000% positive of what general archetype they're playing. And typically these archetypes are going to be one of, like, what, 5 different things? And then, you know, the majority of them are playing Uro. If not Uro, they're going to be playing some sort of, you know, like, colorless deck. Or maybe they're playing goblins. Like, Rakdos Sack, like, you're going to recognize what these decks are very early. So being able to just say, oh, turn 2, I'm going to blind name this card. Oh, wow, you happen to be playing that deck? All right, get shut down. Lavinia, it just stops some things. It stops Muxus from being cast when your opponent doesn't have the lands to do so. It stops the colorless deck, right? If they're over here trying to cast things off of mana rocks and Forsaken Monument, they just can't. It's only non-creature spells, unfortunately, so they can still hit you with good old-fashioned Ulamog, but that is 10 mana, so hopefully you'll be able to disrupt them somewhat before they get to that point. We've already, talked about Alseid and Selfless Savior. Charming Prince is even better in this version than the mono white version because we have a lot more ETB abilities, and being able to reset Deputy of Detentions or even Skyclave Apparitions, right? The fact that this gives them a token does not matter nearly as much as the fact that you get to get rid of something that could be more important. Additionally, if you have no reason to scry or gain 3 life, you can also just like exile, flicker the Skyclave Apparition, and then when it comes back, exile the token. Right? You can still just. Never mind. It says non-token permanent. I assume that's why. Shut up. I've never had to do that. Bugler is decent, but it's not as good in this deck because we are running Linvalas and Emiels, and after Sideboard there are some other things that don't get played. Sunwing. Typically speaking, we only have 2 in here because against the majority of decks we don't need it, but we do still have an additional one in the sideboard in case of goblins, essentially only goblins. Archon of Emeria is just annoying. It just hates on all these stupid decks that are playing a bunch of greedy mana bases, even though the mana bases can be greedy because the Arrow exists. And then, of course, forcing your opponents only to cast 1 spell a turn can matter in certain circumstances. It does mean that you can't double spell either, and sometimes that is going to hurt, but not nearly as often as hurting your opponents. Additionally, if you are planning on casting this alongside something else, make sure you cast the other thing first. Emiel. I love this card. Technically speaking, right, like Thassa has different pluses, right? Different pros and different cons. The fact that Thassa is just essentially there all the time, she's not going to be active essentially ever. I have had situations in previous iterations of this deck where she did become active, but I think I was playing more mono blue cards in that version. But what's nice is that you get this thing like repeated. It's for free. You don't have to put mana into it, yada yada yada. But she also had an ability of tapping down things that your opponents control. So it did have some utility there. That said, Emiel can block or even attack, but typically block. The fact that Thassa could just be like a turn 4 do nothing, whereas Emiel, even if you have no board, you can still play this on turn 4 or later in the game, and you're still like, okay, I have some sort of board presence, right? I'm adding to my position. And then the fact that you have great interactions with Skyclave Apparition is just sick. And then, of course, Elite Guardmage. It draws you cards, it flies, and it gains you 3 life. I would be playing more of these if I felt I could squeeze them in somehow. I just don't know how. We are running 24 lands. The main reason for that is because we do want to be able to, double spell a decent amount. To mitigate some flood, we do have 4 Irrigated Farmlands and 2 Castle Ardenvales. We don't have any Castle Ventress. I don't think. I mean, honestly, you could probably squeeze in 1 Ventress, maybe 2. The mana base is not. It's not too bad, right? We have a double white on Skyclave and we have a double white on Emiel, but for the most part, this mana base does great. Everything is in like the high 90%. So you could probably justify making the mana base weaker. As for the sideboard, I mean, it's pretty obvious stuff. We got Grabdigger's Cage to deal with the annoying goblin decks as well as graveyard decks. 2 disenchants just to help against the annoying artifact decks, and it does have some splash damage against random enchantment decks like shrines. We've got Drannith Magistrate. I still don't know if this is the correct choice, but it helps a little bit more against things like Uro. Technically, it also helps against goblins for what it's worth. Like, it makes it so they can't cast things off of their snoops. Rest in peace, graveyards. Inspiring Cleric, it helps against every aggro deck. It's a decent body, it has an ETB, so we can get extra value with the Emiel. It's just cool. An additional Militia Bugler is here, essentially just for like mid-range grindy games where we just need to make sure we have some amount of extra advantage. Although, honestly, it maybe should just be an extra Elite Guardmage. Because that's another reason why this is here. It also gains us life. Like, that's the thing. I really just want to put a bunch of these in here. Deputy of Detention. I love this card. I only have 2 in here because Skyclave Apparition, for the most part, is a little bit better. Deputy of Detention brings those cards back in, and you can't do cool shenanigans with Emiel with it. But it can't be understated how effective Deputy of Detention is at one, the fact that it can target things that are 5 or higher, and two, it gets rid of tokens, which is great. And then Azor, we have one of these against control. It's actually, like, not bad, right? You saw in several of those games, we were able to get up into the 6 lands relatively comfortably, and Azor is just a very strong card. Oh, right. Do I have any specific changes? I don't have any changes for this deck, other than I want to cram a bunch of these in there, and I can't justify it. That's essentially it. I hope you've liked this. I would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwin, Malik, and Balater, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description below. Do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Have I said that already? I've been recording so many fucking videos. I don't know what I have and have not said. Anyway, until next time, all will be one.